Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Here we review and talk about the movies and TV shows we watch and try to make the best recommendations for you. Today we're talking about Eileen. Eileen, a 24-year-old woman, lives in Boston and works in a juvenile detention center. Her life is pretty dull and revolves around her job and caring for her alcoholic father. That is until Rebecca, a dynamic new psychologist, arrives at the establishment. The fervent enthusiasm that blossoms between the two women almost immediately gives way to a closer relationship, until their fragile bond takes a dramatic turn.
She is very smart.
Thomasin Mackenzie stares as Eileen Dunlop. She is a lonely woman who keeps to herself. The movie begins by introducing us to Eileen's life. From the outset, it is clear that Eileen's life is unfulfilling, dull and humdrum. She has to look after her alcoholic father, who isn't very nice to her. It's obvious that she doesn't love him and that she doesn't love anything in her life. Until the arrival of Anne Hathaway, who portrays Rebecca. When the two women meet, you can't help but wonder whether Rebecca is trying to manipulate Eileen. Indeed, you get the impression that Rebecca, as a psychologist, has every advantage over Eileen. She is pretty, older, and knows or is aware of Eileen's attraction to her. At a certain point, you start to wonder if she doesn't want something from Eileen. Maybe because she understands her and senses that Eileen has weird fantasies and wants to escape her reality, especially her father, with whom she has a very weird relationship. They are both sad and, in their own way, haunted by the death of the mother. Eileen, because she keeps wearing her mother's clothes and, in a way, wants to be like her. And her father, because she's gone and he doesn't know how to live without her. In many ways, I think Eileen is a lot like him. They both don't know what to do with their empty lives and dream of ending it, but don't have the courage to do it. So they wander. Then comes Rebecca. She is a breath of fresh air in Eileen's life, especially as these two women are very different. Eileen is reserved and discreet, while Rebecca is dynamic and outgoing. Opposites attract, right? But that's only until this very moment. I hadn't realized that they were much more alike than I thought. They're both a bit crazy in their own way. But up until that moment, Eileen has only fantasized about it. I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but up until that moment, to me, Eileen was just a weird, lonely young woman with a little crush and some weird fantasies. And then everything changed. I hadn't seen it coming. Things suddenly changed very quickly and dramatically. As I watched the events unfold, I couldn't help but wonder how Rebecca knew Eileen would agree to help her. Anyway, I'll leave you with that. Should you watch this film? Absolutely. It's a surprisingly good movie. At first, it's very slow, nothing of consequence happens, and then you realize that everything is lining up to get to that moment. I really liked the feel of the film. It's slow, but you never get bored because the characters are interesting to watch, especially Eileen. It's so weird, but you can't help but wanting to know what she's going to do, and when she does it, it's even weirder because what she's doing is so bizarre and seems... I don't know what word to use here, but I can only say that you understand her, but you also know that you wouldn't do what she's doing, but you understand it. The end. Yes, the end. I don't know what to say about the end. Is it a liberation for her or a curse? I don't know. But I will say, I really enjoyed this movie. It stayed with me for a few days after I watched it, mainly because it doesn't give you all the answers and leaves you thinking. I suppose that's what good movies do. IMDb gives it a 6.3, but I will give it a 8. Please let me know what you think of this movie in the comments. Did you watch it? What did you think of it? Depending on where you are, the movie is available or will be available to stream on Hulu. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you appreciate the video, don't hesitate to like it and subscribe. See you soon, keep watching, and thank you for supporting the channel.